welcome. Another Monday.
Another magic mantra Monday.
Another magic Monday. We are all together again.
We are all together again.
And we are glad to be back. Linda Coleman is watching. Wow.
Linda Coleman, I'm just checking that. I'm just checking my text.
Linda is my friend. Linda is my friend from 15 years ago. Isn't that right, Linda? No, even more. 18 years ago.
Wow.
From music school.
Oh, welcome, Linda.
Linda used to tell me all about the Bible, and I used to ask her all sorts of questions, and she was my mentor in those days. So yeah, tell Sivaroshan
I'm gonna tell him.
So Sivaroshan who's our guest for tonight, is trying to get in touch with us over Facebook Messenger. So Leela is gonna sort that out first. Meanwhile, who do we have? We have Ali with us, top fan. Ali, top fan. Emily, top fan in our hearts, but not in Facebook's heart. So welcome Emily, welcome Linda, welcome Ali. And if you are there watching us, pop a little hello in there, because Facebook doesn't always tell us who's around and who's not. Who's watching and who's not. Top fan. So
should be joining us any moment, Sivaroshan, but we'll keep welcoming people on as we wait.
Yeah. So Ali's saying, yeah, I'm top fab again. You're top fab.
Top fab.
Yeah.
Top
fab
fab
is always there.
Top fab and top fan.
Top fab fan?
Top fab fan.
Top fab fan. So
awesome.
Today is gonna be, what's Emily saying? I have been awarded the status once again.
Once again.
Yeah, look, she's just got it. She didn't have it a moment ago, and she's
Really?
got top fan again.
Really?
Amazing.
No, she had it there. Oh yeah, that's true, right there.
Yeah. Or maybe it only comes. I meant fan. Maybe it only comes when in the comments, when we see the comments.
Maybe that's it.
Anyway, so today again it is Green TAARE Day. Donna Jenkins, good evening, Donna. Welcome to the Monday mantra meditation chanting gathering.
Is that how we make ourselves available?
Yeah, that's how we.
Yes, so let's just do that. So it's, yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sorry for my big finger coming in your faces. So, Green TAARE, tell us how it's been for you. Have you been chanting it during the week? Have you chanted anything? Any mantra you're working with at the moment? Any affirmation? Let us know how your week's been. How things have unfolded for you. You know, what victories you've had this week. Actually, you know what? Let's do this thing. Put down in the comments one thing that you loved experiencing this week. That you absolutely loved it. Put down one thing in the comments that you loved experiencing this week gone by. So since last Monday that we met, let us know one thing that we can all share in, one blessing in your life. And no, you don't get to say, oh, my kid is my great blessing. Yeah, we know that. What happened in your week that was amazing for you, that you loved? So get typing. And what's happening with Sivaroshan?
He can see us.
He couldn't see us.
He can now see us, and hopefully he's just gonna join us.
Okay. Well, all he has to do is just come to the page and start watching.
He's come to the page. He said he can see us, so I'm not quite sure what's happening.
Sivaroshan, just drop a comment saying hello. That's just just the comments, and then we should be able to track you from there. So, Green TAARE. I think people are still typing their blessings for the week.
Yeah, people are still
What was
typing
a
their
blessing? What was a blessing? What was something that I really enjoyed this week? So many things. It's amazing, isn't it, how the mind goes blank. Anna, good evening. Hello, Anna. Mariana
Anna,
Pan.
hi, darling.
We are two watching. One thing was to play harmonium. The other was to realize I have amazing flatmates. Very nice. I like it.
Emily says she was able to connect with Jyoti Jo Manuel this evening via Zoom. So happy. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, that's right.
Fantastic.
It was her Zoom webinar. Tell us how it went, how it was for you. And Jyoti is absolutely, one of the best in her field. Amazingly experienced. Jyoti, for those of you who weren't here last week, was our special guest, Jyoti Jo Manuel. She is the founder of Special Yoga, which is I think it's a registered charity, I'm not sure, so yoga center to help children with disabilities and special needs, those kind of shows, and she's amazing at it. She's just so brilliant. So watch that if you are curious. Watch that feed. You can scroll down later, not right now. Scroll down, and you can catch it in our last Facebook Live last Monday. So a couple of nice blessings have come through. Amazing flatmates, harmonium, Jyoti Jo Manuel connection. Sivaroshan has just.
Oh, there we go. Sivaroshan is
fantastic.
on the live. So
should we just check if
let's see if we can just.
Yeah, he's not showing.
So
Sivaroshan is.
We've made it possible for you to join us. So if there should be.
Your phone needs to be landscape. You need to turn your phone.
Phone needs to be landscape. And
I think I am here. We too. We think we are here, but are we really? That's the $1 million question.
Phone needs to be landscape, and basically there should be a little thing at the bottom saying that we have made it possible for you to join us, and you should be able to just press on that.
Yeah.
So let us know if that's happening.
Bindu, welcome. Yeah, wants to be in your video. Okay, so
it's happening.
Yeah, that's we'll then tap as soon as we're ready to bring Sivaroshan on. We shall tap that button. Thank you, Sivaroshan. We'll get you on in 1 second. Just want to welcome a few more people. Bindu with us. Bindu, when are you gonna get your top fan status? What's going on? Are you abandoning us?
It's coming.
When is it gonna happen? I'm just as excited as you probably are to become top fan. I want to be top fan for Illumina.
You are.
I am.
You are.
I am top fan. Ali is saying a new baby was born.
A new baby was born. Beautiful news. Made my week. Oh, how lovely.
Yeah, that's
how
wonderful
delightful.
news. Wonderful news.
Gorgeous.
Aren't we all here?
Are we all here? I think we're all here. We're all here.
All right. So, it's suddenly started giving us these
loads of options of people can join us.
Lindy Lou made it in time this time. Welcome, Lindy Lou. Lindy Lou is an amazing. Are you still teaching Kundalini Yoga, Lindy? She was a singing student of mine for a while. She's an amazing yoga teacher. She's a busy bee. London is too small for Lindy. Lindy's huge energy. So check her out. Lindy's amazing. Working hard on top fan. Excellent.
Brilliant.
Excellent. We should have a little top fan contest of some kind. You know?
Yeah.
With a bit of a little giveaway prize.
Yeah, let's do that. It's a good idea.
So we'll rack our brains on that, see what we come up with.
You've got a new job, Bindu.
Wonderful.
That's fantastic.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, wonderful. Let us know what you work as. Maybe someone can benefit from knowing about that. Should we bring Sivaroshan on?
Bring the wonderful Sivaroshan on.
Alrighty then, let's do this.
No. There we go. Yeah, that's
Oh
it.
yeah. It's gonna bring Bindu on
So
instead.
it's happening, and we're going to have to squidgeroony over to this side.
Hello.
Yippee! Oh, it's happening.
Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Right, I'll do the whole headphone thing. Hold on.
Yes, please. Unless if you, yeah.
Okay, I think we're here, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah,
that is
perfect.
perfect. That is
Great.
really nice.
That's
So,
brilliant. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Well, thank you for inviting me. This is kind of a new thing for me. As you can see, it took a little while to get hooked up, but I'm getting used to this kind of thing. I'm opening myself up
yeah.
Nice.
to doing these kind of things. So it's great to see you both.
Yeah, you too. It's been a
Yeah.
while. It's been a while.
I think I normally see you up and down Glastonbury High Street. That's the most of the time.
I was just thinking the same thing. That's usually the little magical spot where we bump into you.
Mm.
No, it's good.
It's true. You always look so radiant. You
You
look
do.
so.
Oh, it's just the light I've got here. I just positioned it so I would glow a little bit.
Perfect.
And you're such a great team. You really, really are. It's nice to see you guys in action because obviously last time was really in Sardica when I kind of connected with you.
Yeah.
And then you've been kind of I just been seeing you in, I guess, on Facebook and your music and your pictures and your albums. So it's nice to see you in this context, which is great.
Oh, yeah. It's lovely to be here together. Awesome. So how's it going in your world? What's fresh and alive and vibrant in your world at the moment?
Where to start, really? I guess, I think some people probably on the call will remember Sardica, where unfortunately there was a fire, but in that fire, I think it created, it was kind of like a release in some ways. It was creating some sort of, I think the yogis had to go out into the world.
So Sivaroshan Sadhaka will not be familiar to a lot of people. So just give us a brief little.
Yeah,
just,
a little
just,
context.
just before you do that, I'm just noticing that the microphone is slightly rubbing a bit on your top and making a bit of a kind of like sound.
Okay,
Ruffle.
so should I stick it up here a
Yeah.
bit? Is that a bit better? I hold it like this, yeah?
Is that right?
Yeah, that's cool.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sadhaka was, and previous to Alchemy was a yoga center in Camden. I think it was around 5 years ago, maybe it's 6 years ago now. Unfortunately, there was a fire in Camden, some of you may remember, and Sadhaka never came back, which is a real unfortunate thing. And Molly, who may be listening as well, and Simon were the wonderful owners at the time. So that left, I think, a lot of yoga teachers and healers to be a little bit homeless. So we kind of got scattered to the winds, and there had been a lovely community which had formed. And I think in that kind of situation, you're kind of left to really tune into yourself to discover what it is you're meant to bring out to the world. And I think for me, it was like, yeah, I really want this. I really wanted, I could have gone back into the city. I could have done a lot of other things, but actually I really wanted it. And I did go back in to do some work, but I knew that it was my calling. And something somehow in me just took me along this path. And, I think people who know me well, they know that I'd much rather have an easy life, like lay back on a beach somewhere. But there's sometimes when there's a calling in your soul that's so strong, and if you don't listen to it, you're just going to end up being unhappy. So you could just say I followed the white rabbit, and the white rabbit kind of took me into all sorts of places. It ended up with a cottage in Glastonbury. And this cottage was like, I remember having a vision about a home. It was about 10 years ago now, before everything. It was a white building, and I kind of saw it in my mind's eye, and I didn't really know what that was all about. And then this place in Glastonbury showed itself, and it was this white building with a back house and stuff, and I couldn't hardly believe it. And
Amazing.
I went up to see it, and it had a well, and I suddenly thought, oh my God, it's got a well. So I said, well, I've got to try and somehow make it happen. And those of you who know Glastonbury knows it's a bit of a place which will test you, whether you're meant to be there or, it will kind of give you a few tests. And I've had quite a few of those. but somehow I ended up there, or we got a cottage there, and started up a community. You could say, you could say just a place for primarily at first for healers and teachers to come and recharge. I'm still resident in London, and I had this vision of kind of building a bridge between London and Glastonbury, just kind of allowing people who are in the city to go to Glastonbury and allow its magic to kind of infiltrate in some way or form.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And since then, it's just grown. As a healer and as a yoga teacher, I think that process of me stepping into that challenge and saying yes opened up, you could say, the universe to bring more.
Yes.
So I guess where I'm at right now is that I really feel that we need collectively to really stand in our power, to stand in our gifts, to really be who we're meant to be. And I think it has, in some level, got to be pretty radical. And I don't mean that to be, I don't mean there to be a revolution. In some, I see it more as an evolution, that we really have to step into ourselves and claim ourselves. And if we start to do that in a bigger way, I think a lot of the challenges that we're facing as individuals and collectively will start to disappear. So, yeah, and I guess what I'm primarily offering now, I still teach at Triyoga. I've got my classes there.
So what yoga is it that you're teaching?
It's Kundalini, so it's still Kundalini for all these years. Now I think it's been coming up to about 11 years since it touched me, and it's it's the awakening force, it's the stabilizing force that I believe is very important for people. But I do see many other methodologies and abilities to awaken need to be part of that and included with Kundalini. So that's where I'm going with it, really. It's really the thing that keeps you stable, keeps you strong, to allow you to reveal yourself. And how you reveal yourself, well, that's the fun part. So
So how did you start? How did it all start for you?
Yeah.
do you know
Are
what?
we going
It's
back?
funny.
Are we going back many years, or is it just like a decade ago, or what's the history there?
You know what? The first spark, I think it was definitely when I was very, very young. I think if we really have that memory to go back, I've always been, I guess, a strange child, if you want to put it that way. But I've always been very, very much interested in the unknown. I'd always want to explore, magic books. I guess all children do, but I really was fascinated by it in many ways. I wanted to understand the reason why we're here. That question has always been quite a strong one. But you live life, I was born in this country. My parents are from Malaysia, but I'm ethnically Sri Lankan. My great-grandparents are from there. My grandparents are from Sri Lanka. And that bloodline is in me, that the awakening force. But, I was born up in the UK. I lived in Tottenham. I went out to Essex. So I'm still, I'm a Londoner, but underneath all of that, there's that, my parenting, my family background. It's an interesting mix. I think anyone who's culturally from another place who's lived in London will know what I'm talking about. There's a little bit of figuring out where you are and who you are. So it's always been in me, but I think just to connect to the theme that you have, it's so synchronistic because Green Tara was the goddess that awakened me to Kundalini. And this is quite, when you said this was the mantra that you're going to be chanting, because I, at the time, was practicing Buddhist practice quite strongly. I was going away to a lot of silent retreats, and I was away on this retreat for 2 weeks. It was almost like a Vipassana type retreat where you're in almost complete silence, meditating 7, 8, 9 hours a day. And I heard this voice, and it was after we did the Green Tara, Om Tare, Tuttare, Ture, Swaha. And I heard this voice, and it kind of said, "You need to do yoga." And, you know, it's the kind of thing you don't really expect to hear in a Buddhist retreat, that you're going to be doing yoga. But it was like, really, I need to do yoga. And I kind of, it was so clear, I couldn't deny it. It wasn't, you know, I'd been practicing, in my mind was really settled, and it was just unequivocal. I spoke to the meditation teacher who was leading it at the time, and he was saying, oh, you have many of these insights that can happen in this type of situation. I left the retreat. Within a week of the retreat, a friend came up to me and said, would you like to come to this yoga class? And I was thinking, this is really weird. So I went with her, and it was Kundalini Yoga. I did the first class, and I knew why I had to do it, and my life changed from that day. So
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Green TAARE, it's all your fault.
Synchronicity that Green TAARE and you are coming back together again today. That's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. Ah, how beautiful.
So rest is history, I guess.
The rest is history, and we have the ever evolving you now, and doing good work in Glastonbury, in London, you know.
Absolutely. I think now, you know, I think some of us now have been practicing for a while. You could say we've got quite a few years under our belt. I wouldn't say we're elders quite yet. I've not quite got enough grey hairs for that, but I think there's a burgeoning sense of maturity with teachers now, who really feel this blossoming, deepening need for community, a greater need for diversity in our spiritual practices, a way for us to kind of feel more interconnected. And the stuff that you're offering right now is one of those ways where we can start to share our gifts more closely together. And that's certainly something very close to my heart. And what we're doing in Glastonbury, we've created a collective called Path to Source, and it's primarily a hub, a community for people to come together and strengthen each other. People from different teachers and healers from different areas, systems can come together, and we collaborate. We do workshops, we do trainings, that kind of thing. And so I think it's time now, maybe for some of us who've got a bit more experience, like myself at the moment, is to step into some new ground and to offer that to the students, because, you know, we're walking the walk. We're doing it in one of the toughest cities on the planet, in London, and you know, it's time to start to share it in a different way, and that's what I feel very strongly about at this point in time, and what's needed, really.
Beautiful. What would you say to somebody who is wanting to kind of step into their light, is wanting to step into maybe their purpose or their role here, but doesn't really know either what that is, or how to kind of get clear about that, or how to bring that into their living experience? What advice?
Or like, there's a lot of people who just do endless courses and get endless. They got a stack of certificates this thick. They are qualified in every damn new age modality there is, but they're not actually, just sitting on their asses doing nothing about it. So what would you say to, you know, how do they find the courage?
I'd say come to class. No, I think the good sign for anyone who's asking those questions is the soul is asking those questions. So the first thing is to say, look, there's something that's coming to the surface, and that is wanting to come out. And on the first question, Leela, which you shared about wanting, is stop wanting. Because if the urge is there, and I think the wanting is suddenly the mind that jumps onto it and wants to control how, but actually the urge knows exactly what needs to happen. It just needs to just almost give it a little bit of a hug and just say, look, okay, there's something I want to happen. I just say, ask like a prayer, just say, bring me the next step.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And the person with many certificates, burn your certificates.
Burn the certificates. Burn the certificate.
Exactly the thing I would say as well. It's really, after a certain point, they get in the way. They really do. I've seen so many talented, creative, beautiful people hiding behind these certificates. They hold them out as shields to the world, and like, but you know, like you said, burn them away, step out, and don't worry about making it perfect or having the perfect class or whatever else you would love to do. It's not going to be perfect the first time around anyway. Just jump in and start learning the actual, you know, just actually do it. Just actually start doing it, you know.
Absolutely, and I think it's the time is now, isn't it? You know, we're flying with the energy, and the energies. If you've done the course, it's in you somehow, and it's just that little bit of trust just to go with it, and it's going to carry you. So I agree 100%.
Yeah, beautiful. So Sivaroshan, where are you? What's your vision for where are you headed? What's going to
Where am I
happen?
headed? I think the vision is that there are a few of us who are gathered together. We could say we're here to serve and to help awaken people. The more that we can awaken people to their potential, the better.
Love it.
And you know what? I don't really want to be too prescriptive. Every time I'm prescriptive, it ends up going in a different direction. So I'm just gonna not set myself up. I think all we can do is give our best. Become very vibrationally aware and invested in ourselves, in the sense that all we can do is bring our best to the party, and if in that presence, you will know in that moment with the caliber you experience, that investment that you make, the challenges that are in your direct sphere. And I said the challenges that are in my direct sphere at this moment, let's say it might last for the next months or so, is that people are coming that really want to wake up, that really are, like you said, have this burning desire to not live like they have been living. And so you could say maybe the way I see it is to give as much of my experience that I can, not necessarily in telling people how, but just in the transmission of a Kundalini class and the transmission of a channeled energy healing class or individual session, and just allowing that individual soul light of that person to emerge to its strongest capacity, and then it will take care of itself. We can obviously give a certain amount of support through our just being there, and that there's someone there that they can come and speak to, and you know, we can give advice as much as we can. And my job is to be there, so I'm here, and create a little bit of structure is what we're doing with Path to Source in Glastonbury. We've got some cottages there which people can come to, so there's some structure for people to fall into.
And that's in Glastonbury, right?
That's in Glastonbury. We have the classes in Triyoga in Camden. So there are places where people can come. There's a little bit of a path that has been treaded upon, so people may follow. But I really feel now the energy is moving so fast that people will be with us maybe for a time, doing some courses with us, maybe. But I think the calling is for people to really move very quickly to where their soul calls. And do what? I have no idea where that will be. So maybe they'll come and join Kirtan and train with you. That would be great.
Maybe they will.
Maybe,
Oh, so how can people find you if they want to learn more about what you do and where to
Yeah, for sure. I guess I do have a Facebook page and the Instagram. So you know, I'm on Facebook, Sivaroshan Yoga and Energy Healing. So if you like that, then I post things. I did a download post for the Buddha channel today, so people can download that. I'm at Triyoga Camden on Tuesday and Thursday evenings at 8 o'clock, and Triyoga Shoreditch on Thursdays at 1:15 for lunchtime class. I also do channel healing sessions at Triyoga Camden on a Wednesday and Tuesday. So if you want to have a one-to-one session with me, I do numerology. I work with energy healing. I also run trainings in Kundalini Yoga and in energy healing itself, mostly in Glastonbury. So my name is my website as well, so you can come and find it there. And
So
and just stop me in the street if you want. And
Nice.
if you could just pop in the link to your Facebook page in the comments, what we'll do is we'll copy paste that onto the description. and
Okay.
also the Triyoga details. We'll just look them up from Triyoga, pop them up in the description. So if people need to find you again, it's all there, clearly laid out. And
Fantastic. Yes, I'll kindly do that. That'll be great.
yeah, excellent.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
So,
Well, thank you
you.
so much for joining us. It's been
Thank you
lovely
for
to
inviting.
have a little dip in conversation and
Yeah.
reconnect with you, and
yeah,
hopefully we'll have more of the little Glastonbury High Street meetings.
And we'll get a tea. We'll get a tea evening at some point.
Let's
So
have the
Yes.
evening.
to do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Beautiful,
Definitely.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Sivaroshan,
Okay.
thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
you're going to stay and join us with the green TAARE.
Yeah, I've got to do it definitely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'll hit this X button and then I'll go into the comments.
Yeah, no, we'll do it
Perfect.
from our side, and then
Okay,
you're good to
perfect.
go.
Thank you.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye bye.
Ah, how lovely.
How cool was that?
That was so awesome. Thank you,
Mm.
Sivaroshan, again for joining us. Amazing.
So I just want to just say,
Yeah,
Anna
let's-
said couldn't see you guys. Sound is weird. Video seems weird. Sound is clear. So let us know if everything is normal now. Beautiful. Thanks, Sivaroshan. Jordi and I are watching. Very nice.
yeah, if Anna, if you're still there, could you let us know if the video is better now? Whether it got better. We lost my words. Lost my words. We did something.
Lost
Is it
my
better now?
words. Curious Kirtan courses. Kirtan courses. Kirtan courses.
Oh, it's normal again now.
The
Good.
best kept secret in the whole wide world. We shall be rolling out. There is a plan to roll out something like that in the future. We're not running them at the moment. However, there is a definite, it is something that we would like to do. So for now, just keep posted on our page. Just stay connected with our Instagram. Our Instagram is Illumina Music. So go to Instagram if you're on Instagram and just follow us there. And we will definitely be rolling out a like a training module for that. As and when, fairly soon really. So stay connected with that. You both look beautiful at my end. Lindy, you are a star. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Sivaroshan Yoga and Energy Healing. Okay, great. Great stuff. Thank you.
So lovely. Oh, I really love that about the synchronicity of Sivaroshan's connection to Green TAARE.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I love hearing those kind of little moments of magic.
Mm.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And as you guys can see, you know, the reason why we love to bring guests on is so that we can all like really get a sense of that person. You know, you can really see how radiant and light he is. He's just so light. You know, his mind is light and his heart is light, and he's just a beautiful being. So if you are needing healings, or if you're in London, you want to check out some yoga classes, definitely we recommend Sivaroshan.
Absolutely.
No doubt
He
about
is very, very awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome person, awesome teacher. Just, yeah, wonderful to connect with.
Yeah.
So he's popped some info in the comments, but we'll also put it into the main part of the description to this live later.
Later on. Yeah. So should we do some Green TAARE? Should we invite Green TAARE into the house?
Ooh, let's do it. How about you do a meditation today?
I'm going to do a meditation.
Be nice.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so just take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose again.
I did it through the mouth. I'm so used to
That's
doing
why-
it through the mouth.
That's exactly why I want to just throw all you robotic breathers for a loop, because you're just too habituated. You're not present. You're not present on your breath. You're not spontaneous. Let's be spontaneous. Come on, let's do this. I think it's the dynamic Green TAARE that's just
Dynamic Green
getting
TAARE
into
has
me.
really made him wild this evening.
Okay, so just close your eyes. I won't joke this time. So And just take a nice deep breath in, slow inhale, slow inhale. Resist the urge to just really take in air all at once. Gulp air into your lungs. Let it out in your own time and try it one more time. Just a slow inhale. Really slow inhale. All the way up, not straining. And let it out as slow as you can. Fight the urge to let it all out. And when you're ready, just relax, do one more just like this. Just a slow inhale. And just notice what's happening to your brain. You'll start feeling sensations in your head. Continue the cycle of slow inhales, slow exhales, and if you really get the urge you need to breathe, that's fine. Just take a nice deep breath that calms you again and just go back to this slow cycle. Give your neck a wiggle, relax your shoulders, just rotate your shoulders a little bit, just give your spine a little wiggle so that you're not sitting stiffly. And now I want you to imagine that you have been transported underneath a waterfall of green light. Green light. This waterfall is falling on top of your head and soaking you to the bone with this warm green light. Soft green light that permeates the very marrow of your bones. And you find that you are so full of this green light that you are emanating green light from your spine. And it finds a channel through your chest, your heart, and shines out like a torch, like a searchlight. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And just open your eyes in your own time. The mantra is Om TAARE, TUTTAARE, TOORE, SOHA. Om TAARE, TUTTAARE, TOORE, SOHA. So join us, those of you who have done it already, you know, and those of you who are new, just have a little listen a couple of times and then join us as you feel comfortable. It's good to make a little intention for this, and our intention is for us to be connected and anchored into the divine energy, vibration, frequency of compassion for ourselves, consequently compassion for others. So compassion for ourselves first, over anything else, and then compassion for others. So that is our intention, and you feel free to form your own intention. One, two, three, four. Om TAARE, TUTTAARE, TOORE, SOHA. 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 Om TAARE, TUTTAARE, TOORE, tuttare ture soha. Om tare 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 tuttare ture soha. tuttare ture soha. Om tare 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 tuttare ture soha. Oh. Amazing. Oh. Each Monday we go on this journey in these mantras. They're like mini journeys, mini pilgrimages. Sivaroshan says, a beautiful version, thank you. Thank you. I think it was your presence today and your connection with Green Tara that made it extra powerful. Wow. So let us know, guys, how was it for you? I felt like I was underwater.
Yeah.
Like, you know how underwater it's a different world. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's like everything flows slow. Everything is slower movement. Like, you know, it was amazing.
I'm apparently quite emotional. It's the first time it's happened on a magic mantra. Like little watery things are coming out of my eyes.
Watery things.
I was, so moved at points just in the beginning. It felt so like beautiful and like just that sort of soft, smooth, golden like compassion energy was just like so sweet and kind of almost like that Krishna kind of like sweetness, but with this kind of infusion of this gold, beautiful feminine energy. And then when you had the inspiration to hold that tone, that tone, it kind of dropped a level and went really deep inside. And then it was like at the end there was just all this sort of like tenderness and like sort of beautiful sweet pain in my heart that was just like stunning, really stunning.
Amazing. I mean, it's the insight that came to me just now was that, you know, compassion, you can't have compassion without relationship. You just can't do it. If you don't care, if I'm indifferent, how the hell will I can't have compassion for that which I'm indifferent to. So to have compassion, I have to have a relationship first, you know, and I think this mantra is very, very powerful to help establish a holistic relationship with oneself. Because, you know, without a holistic relationship with oneself, how can we have compassion on anything else? So, Heather saying...
Yeah, do let us know how it was for you and your experience of chanting this together this evening. Heather's saying it was really very powerful, been suffering with a cough recently, so directed it to that and felt my airways open up. That was great. Thank you both. Amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Beautiful.
TAARE
Beautiful.
healing.
TAARE healing, yeah. TAARE. Ali's saying, I really love this mantra. Feel such an inner glow with it. It's beautiful. Yeah. An inner glow. I resonate.
Inner glow.
Yeah.
Green Tara. Yeah, it's... I mean, I've personally not done this one before, so this is my first experience as we do this every Monday for this month. And I must say I'm like discovering how dynamic this mantra is. Consequently, how dynamic, you know, relationships need to be dynamic. If they're static, then they are dead. Then they need to be dynamic. They need to move with each moment. And you know, that is why this mantra is so dynamic. Compassion is a dynamic force. It's not a... I don't think it can be applied as a some kind of idea or concept, and that's all very nice. But so for me, I'm really it makes sense how dynamic this mantra is. You know, it energizes the system in a very different way. Yeah.
I felt it very much around heart. Very much around heart. I really enjoyed that meditation at the beginning. It felt like, I mean, I didn't connect the two actually when I was chanting, but at the end I did feel a lot of this kind of energy pouring out actually,
Mm.
like energy of gratitude and appreciation and I don't know if I would have used the word compassion, but it has that kind of quality. Yeah. Oh, no one else is letting us know what their experience may be. People are in a little kind of inward state not feeling like typing. No worries.
That's fine. That's fine. You can always put a comment in later on. People will still connect with it and share with us your journey today. So before we close, look at our events. We have an event coming up in Notting Hill in London. It's going to be an amazing evening of chanting. So Illumina Live.
26th
26th October.
Yeah. And early bird is finishing on the 6th of October. So good to get in there. Mariana says
We are in a trance.
We're in a trance. Yeah. Yeah.
So check out the events page. There's a few events up there. We're playing in New Forest later and
Earlier.
Earlier? Is it earlier?
Week before, yeah.
Week before we're in New Forest.
We're in the New Forest, so that's on the 20th. I think we need to. Yeah. Anyway, check out the events.
Yeah, just check the events page.
And then we are doing another event that we've just made live today in
London.
London.
That's in London as well again.
London with our wonderful friend and amazing yoga teacher and wonderful coach, another Kundalini wonderful teacher, and Natalie Fishwick, and that's going to be in West Dulwich.
Those are always amazing. Incredible. Amazing events. So you have Kundalini Yoga class and followed by chanting with us. So check them out, book early so we know you're coming and we can be excited. And you know, spread the word to your friends. Really, this depends on you sharing. It really does. It's not like a nice thing to say, so that it, you know, it really does depend on you guys sharing with your friends, talking about it, saying, hey, you know, I was at this live and I go there, I love to go there. And those of you who do share, thank you so much. It really helps. And those of you who haven't yet shared, try it out. Sharing is easy on Facebook.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Sharing is compassion in action.
Queen TAARE says, sharing is caring. Bindu says, I was drumming, beautiful, I was drumming on my remote to the mantra. Nice. And Anna's saying, beautiful flowing energy, thank you. Gorgeous.
Beautiful, thank you. Yeah.
Emily.
Yeah. So, on that note.
On that note, thank you again, Sivaroshan, so much for being with us this evening and sharing your journey and your inspirational way of living in the world and your inspirational way of supporting others, living their light and bringing their light. So thank you so much. And we'll have all the details of how to connect with him in the description shortly.
After the live ends. And let us know if you have someone in mind who is doing great work in the world and you think would fit the format of these Monday lives, so, and they would love to come on and chat with us for 10-15 minutes, then just let us know, suggest people that you know, and we'll follow up.
Yes, and hopefully if it all kind of works out, I've just had a confirmation that our wonderful friend Carly, who's an amazing Akashic soul reader who is one of our very good friends and an amazing healer, and she will hopefully be joining us next Monday evening. And
she's very powerful.
She's amazing.
You guys will
extremely
really...
psychic, incredibly intuitive, and very incredible healer.
Yeah, and then after that we have Shivani Mata booked in.
We do.
Yeah.
So we've got amazing people coming up.
Yeah, we have amazing guests who've said yes, and you know, we are very grateful that they give off their time so freely. So you know, spread the word to your friends about these meetings. Bring them along. Start watch parties and things like that. It's always fun. Okay, so
thank you for your time.
Thank you
precious,
for your
precious
time.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Much, much love. Kiss myself again.